Hello, this is Gabriel Johns for Punk Globe Magazine, a Ginger Coyote publication. And today's guest is Beck Black. Um, she's quite the performer, songwriter, entertainer, and I just adore her. So let's see what she has to say. Here we go. I'm going to let her in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Beck Black. There you are.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Cool.
Look at that. Look at that hairdo. I love it.
You do?
Yeah. Did you just get it cut?
No, I cut it myself, dye it myself.
Nice, nice. Love it. Okay, let's start off the question. Who is Beck Black?
Who is Beck Black? Well, Beck Black is double alliteration. Beck Black is a band, a brand, a character of many different genres. Beck Black is me.
I love it. I love it. I've known you for a few years right now, and we've spoken on the phone quite often, and we have so many friends in common. Um, Yeah. When you say character, what do you mean character? Do you personify yourself as like say Bowie did as a different
A chameleon of some sort,
yeah,
being genreless and basically genderless. Uh, I think it's just a character. I could be anything. Um, I have rock, punk, country, a little bit of hip hop, everything underneath my belt as a character, and a hat. I'm just wearing different hats as a writer, performer, producer, director, and an actress. So, as well, Beck Black is also my Screen Actor Guild AFTRA name.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. I love that. How did you come into music?
Um, I
How,
almost said
how old were you?
family. Uh, 20 something, like 20 maybe.
Like
Uh,
yesterday?
so what?
Like yesterday?
Like last week.
Yeah.
Um, when I moved to LA, I was in my early 20s. I had just worked as a sound engineer at a local news station for several years. So I
Oh,
went to film school at UNCW, and I went to film school to be a producer, director, understand cinematography, so I could be a self sufficient actress. And when I moved to LA, to Hollywood, it was big stars in my eyes to act. And I started doing production when I moved out there. And then I was cast in a film that was filming in Wilmington by David Lynch's nephew. And I became this singing sailor. I played a man and a woman, and I serenaded myself, and I wrote the song for
wow.
the film called I'm Just a Sailor. I'm just a sailor in the sea of love. Come with
Wow.
me, we'll sail away to the seven seas. Come with me, we'll sail away on the ocean breeze. And that became the theme of the short film. And I realized I can write music, and I really didn't know I could write music. And all of a sudden, there I am.
Nice.
And so I started writing music from there about different characters like Billy the Kid. And I wrote about my journey across the country with the Canyon song. And all these songs I've mentioned have not been professionally recorded, which I would like to do one day when money and time permits. So I didn't really know I was a musician. And then I started playing keyboards and singing in this band called Heavy Water Experiments, which is a psychedelic band. And we were in Classic Rock Magazine and everything like that as the New Jefferson Airplane with two singers. And just it would happen that we went to San Francisco to play a show.
Wow.
And um, he decided he wanted to be the lead singer and not me anymore. And I said, well, then I'm out. And I went to Amoeba there in San Francisco and got a Joy Division record and just got so into Joy Division. And that helped me with my singular writing career.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. So would you say self-taught on the things you've done? Would you say you taught yourself keyboards? Did you go to school? How did you come around? Are you in?
Well, when I my mom enrolled me into piano lessons
Okay.
and I'm a classically trained pianist. And then from there I was in band and I'd play the flute and the French horn because it's the same embouchure. And my band teacher, he was like a Mr. Holland's Opus. He said, you can be in our jazz ensemble. I said, well, what am I going to do? He said, you're going to play bass. I said, how? He said, on the keys. And that's why I learned that you could play bass on the keys. And
Wow.
now I can take that with my music today.
I love that. I love that. The few things I know I wanted to bring up with you. Let me just pull your discography up. Of course, I not cooked it. Anyway, tell me more about when you came out to Hollywood. What year was that?
When I came out to Hollywood, gosh, if anyone's good at math, they're gonna figure out how old I am.
Well,
um,
what was it? The 80s, 90s,
oh,
2000s?
oh yeah, I
What
came out to
was the scene?
I came out in the 2000s. I graduated. Shit, everybody's gonna know how old I am. I graduated from film school. I'm just not gonna say what year, but I worked at the news station, like I said, and then I gave my 2 weeks notice and was like, I'm going out to Hollywood to pursue this acting career. That really hasn't happened completely yet. I've done some cool stuff like in front of the camera, but like not the big juicy role that I'm looking for. But I do audition all the time, which is good. But it's just about landing something. Got a Neil Armstrong it, land on the moon there and catch your dreams. Yeah, in the 2000s, and I officially was on the music scene in 2011. 2012 is when I formed the Moonbeams with my drummer who's with me now, Mr. Adam Altz and Mr. Nick Mayberry. We formed the Moonbeams because I used to call him Moonbeam. And we were the Moonbeams for a while. And then we became Beck Black because we had to rebrand. And Nick went to go play um, with the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Um, yeah. So, and then we had Mo Mataquin join us after that. And he was suggested by producer Nick Lene. He introduced us.
How did you make your connections? I know you got some pretty great people backing you up and you co-writing with.
Mm-hmm.
How did that all come around? And were you just like hot on the scene and just, knew where to make your move or
I don't know. I'm a friendly person, I'm gregarious and just happens to be, like the right place, right time, who and then they introduce you to a friend that you feel like you could work with. And like for instance, with the co-writes, I've been writing songs with Mr. Tony Valentino from the
yes?
Standells. And my dear beloved friend Rodney Bingenheimer, he introduced us at one of his birthday parties and he said, you guys should redo Ride on the Sunset Strip. And so we went to the recording studio and we did um, different version. I did a reimagination of it because I wanted to make it more modern. And so I kind of, did a little word magic in there. Instead of long hairs, it's big hair and, not talking about writing. It's just about everybody coming together, and I
Right.
directed for that. If you guys want to check that out on YouTube, Riot on the Sunset Strip by Beck Black featuring Tony Valentino.
So
Tell
I imagine you and Tony Valentino got along quite well.
Yeah, he actually called me. I have a voicemail from him right now. He called me last night. This is the Godfather. He's like, oh, yeah. And we have a couple songs together, like Another Dimension. We had talked about
Right.
it forever. Do something about aliens and
Mm.
UFOs. So I looked up in the sky to see a UFO fly by. I'm in the twilight zone. And we did You're Never Gonna Stop Me, which he mainly wrote, and I like added some stuff to it. And then we did Talk to Me, which was a co-write as well. He originally had written some of it called Don't Talk to Me. I was like, it needs to be positive. We already have You're Never Gonna Stop Me, which is positive, but let's have Talk to Me, which is about communication and text messaging versus phone calls. And I wrote the bridge to that, and it's just like the storyline of dating, because he originally had about going to a convention, and I was like, let's go into the zone of dating, because I want things to be more relatable. When you're writing, you want to think, how can I make this as relatable as possible? What kind of message am I trying to project? So Talk to Me was about, let's go ahead and talk, because dating, got to face it, especially in LA, I believe, is a little difficult.
Amen.
There's
Amen.
so much 15 minutes like a bus.
Right. Right. Um, and you continue to work with Tony, right?
Of course, of
Okay.
course. I also have a song and a co-write with Mr. Bruce Sugar, which is Ringo Starr's engineer for the last 12 years. And we
Okay.
did a co together. And how that came about is we were doing a song called Red Dog. He was mixing it, and he said, let's do a co-write sometime. And so he had the song called Who's Gonna Say Rock and Roll, and it just had like a verse here, a verse there, and just like a chorus, Who's Gonna Say Rock and Roll. And so when I heard it, just or read the lines, I was like, let's double up all these lines, because that one song, Elvis Presley Disneyland, da 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 da,
Yeah.
so I was thinking like, all right, wizards, da 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 do 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 do, like playing chess, water music going down the drain. That worked out, and then I was like, let's drop it a key, and we really wanted Ringo to play it. But Ringo was busy. They were doing a record together at the time, and Ringo heard it. He was like, I love this, man. I dig her voice. He's like, don't have time to do it right now. Um, but it ended up happening in January 2020, right before the pandemic. Or during the pandemic, kind of, because the pandemic, you could say, started in November 2019, if you want. I don't know when's the start date for pandemic, or,
Was
but
it?
it,
I'm not sure. I
I
lose.
mean, either. But 2020 of January, Ringo had time to do it, and he played it at his studio in Malibu on his Beatles cymbals, and he said, "That'll be $3."
Nice. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Um, I love that. You've got some really good things coming your way, or just like organically happening for you. I love that you just got this thing that like you don't go to it, it comes to you.
yeah, yeah.
Which is
Music came to me too. I mean, it wasn't. Again, it was for that film playing the sailor, and just happened to be through acting. Um, and I did do, classical piano as a kid, and that really inspired me. The first rock and roll piece I ever learned how to play was Imagine by John Lennon.
okay. Nice.
And I was taking piano at that time because my parents had gotten divorced, and my mom thought, and she was right, it'd be very therapeutic for me.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
it. That's a good old mom. You have a good relationship with your mom,
Barbara
don't you?
Black. Love you, Barbara Black.
Yeah, Barbara Black, nice. I know you talk highly of her, and I love that you have a great relationship with your mom. Um,
Right.
tell me more about your relationship. I know you don't live here, you live on the East Coast, and
I'm bi-coastal.
you are bi-coastal at that,
I'm,
yes. And you have some great relationships that you keep in touch with. Remember, I saw you at Harvard and Stone, and
yeah, last,
and now the band you had that night, the two players,
yeah, Mo Mad.
do they live out here?
Yeah,
Yeah. And I was amazed on how tight you guys were. It
yeah,
was like amazing. I go, wow, it seems like you guys have been playing for years and years and years. Maybe you have.
yeah,
Yeah. There,
yes.
oh, there you go. So it just lets me know that distance is not a hinder in any given situation. And I love that I learned that that's great, that things are possible long distance. And I love
Yeah,
that. When are you coming out
it's
again?
a relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's
Well, I
true.
work.
When you coming out again? Can we expect you in LA soon?
Oh, a few months you'll see me.
Yeah? What are we doing?
Yes.
Studio, live? What are we doing? Studio, live?
Um, I would say both.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nice. Nice. Is there any particular place you record when you're out here?
With Justin Gariano at Treehouse Studios in Calabasas area.
Okay, got it, got it. Nice, nice. Um, what else can you tell me about yourself, Beck? What else do you want our audience to know?
That I have a good heart and life's hard every day. It's a challenge. Um, I can't say that life hasn't changed, that I don't live right there near Hollywood Boulevard. Really missed it. That's why I wrote the album Hollywood Boulevard. We released it last year.
Hmm.
I can just say it's not easy sometimes, whatever life brings your way, and it brings you together with people. And right now, my time is to be with my mom and help her through the things she's going through. She unfortunately has cancer. So
I'm sorry.
of when I'm coming out, it's just, I'm gonna just be there for her. And she has an upcoming surgery a week from today. And it's just, about when she heals, and it's good for me to go out and rock out. But right now I'm just gonna rock with her.
Nice,
So
good, good. I love that. That's very nice. Excuse me, I need to get a dog away from me right now. Um, where did you grow up?
uh near where I am now, off the Cape Fear River,
Yeah.
North Carolina. I'm near the coast, near Wilmington, actually, which has a large film hub. So I've booked a couple things there and did a little TV show here or there playing keyboard and off camera for that. But I'm playing for other people, right?
You a
Uh,
DJ at a radio station?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a radio station, but I have a radio show called Beck Black's Beach Shack.
We'll get to
And
that in a second, but didn't I have a conversation with you where you were working for a DJ, or he's the one who kind of like gave you a nice push? Am I imagining this?
well, I was on a radio show a couple times as a guest, and they said on air that I should be a radio DJ and I should have my own show. So I invented Beck Black's Beach Shack because it broadcasts from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, like at Ocracoke Island, which is adjacent to Bermuda.
Nice. What's the
And
format?
I just did a live broadcast last week and got off the island right before the hurricane hit.
Wow. Wow. And it's music, right? Selected music and
Oh yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll do an interview, like I just did an interview with Paul Kampf, the lead singer of the Seeds,
yeah.
and with one of my cool friends, world famous DJ, Mr. Mike Rogers,
Yeah, oh, Mike
and
Rogers, yeah.
music in Japan. I also have my show syndicated to Flagler Beach, Florida. Vern Shank has a station there, but Ian hit last week,
Oh,
and the station is like underwater, basically.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it won't happen for a couple months,
okay.
unfortunately. It's really sad. And Phil for Vern, he's a really cool dude, and he interviewed me and on his radio station, 97.3 FM, Flagler Beach, Florida. And he said, "You should have a show." I said, "Wow, I hope every time I'm interviewed, I start another show."
I love it. I love it. I love, it's been a real pleasure. Like, you know, we don't communicate often, but when we do, it's just kind of really heartfelt. And that's what I get from you. It's just like real good stuff. You tell me what's going on in your life, and I let you know what's going on. And that's the really the heart of the matter, for lack of a better term, that sometimes people in music can be very jaded. And but you come
Yeah,
you come
just
out
did.
very authentic, and I love that. And I
Thank you.
imagine, go
You do
on.
too. You really come off very angelic, like your name.
Ah, shucks. Thank you. Thank you. So what's the plan for the future?
Recently, I decided to release a new country single from my EP, Electric Cowgirl. All the songs were recorded in New York City and Queens, and one was recorded in Nashville, Don't Call Me Darling, which is already out. So I'm going to release Gotta Get Back to My Baby, and we're finishing up the artwork today. So
Nice. You directed the video for Don't Call Me Darling, right?
that is correct.
That is great. Audience, if you get a chance to check out Don't Call Me Darling by Beck Black on YouTube, subscribe to her channel. It's a really great, professional, well done video. It's a great song, and I can't say enough about it. It's
Thank you.
just, I just want to make me call you darling. And anyway,
I got this in a
I love it.
yeah the other year. I love it.
And what else
Um,
do we have coming up?
well, I just recorded a song that sounds like Nine Inch Nails. It's God is a Bullet. It's a cover of Concrete Blonde, and I don't know when I'm going to release it, but I just finished recording it with a producer friend of mine named Red Lights Descending, and I don't know when I'm gonna release that, but I have so much material to release. I have a song with Darwin Meaners. He's out of San Francisco. We did kind of like a San Francisco vibe called Airplane Mode.
Oh,
And I put that on an airplane with GarageBand, and then I sent it to Darwin, and then he like made like the guitars all drony, kind of like Stone Roses, and that's gonna be really cool. We're working on the video for that soon. I have a video for Puppet Show, one of my songs that came out last year from Hollywood Boulevard.
yeah,
We're editing that right now, so it's
nice.
all just a process, all about a team. We don't have a lot of money. You got to figure out how you're gonna make all of this happen, which is like pulling cards out of your ASS.
I,
So
I
um,
hear you.
yeah, so I got lots of stuff. And then I also have my band Jinx with one of my best friends, Kai Arons, and we have so many songs to release on that. And we're just really pumping Vampires Come Out at Night right now because it's almost Halloween. So
Hmm.
we're putting radio and getting on the playlist there and just keeping it going. I have an amazing assistant named Craig Cermak, call him Cece, and he just rocks so hard, like pushing stuff for me every day and helping me do the promotion and social media. He's like such a godsend. I met him through the Ringo song, and I'm so thankful to have Craig Cermak helping me out, and Mr. Justin Smith's, aka Red Lights Ascending, like we filmed Transmission, the Joy Division
Right.
cover song in my garage back in January. And that
Nice.
was not for award in Tokyo for music video of the year. And I actually have an award ceremony I'm invited to at the Ryman and the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville happening in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Um, Nominated with a Josie Award, which is an independent music award, and for Song of the Year, Puppet Show, Album of the Year, Hollywood Boulevard, and Artist of the Year.
You're on your way, girl. Money is secondary. It'll come. You got a lot of good juju behind you, and it'll happen for you. I just know it. Things are happening. The band I saw you at Harvard and Stone here in Los Angeles, was that Jinx?
No, I was Beck Black.
That was just back. Okay, that was Beck. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You were billed as Beck Black. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
She,
But it surprised me when you came on. It was hard in your face, and I was like, "Whoa,
really?
this is not the Beck Black that I knew." That the stuff that I was listening to, the stuff that I hear on Rodney, Rodney on the Rocks radio station on Sirius. It was different. It was very kind of an industrial pop, and I loved it.
Oh, I like that combination, industrial pop.
Hmm. Yeah, it just had a great hard edge, with great melodies, and you look fucking fabulous up on stage. You know,
Thank you.
a really really good stage persona that I that I see a lot of bands. I review bands and all that.
And you are an amazing musician, by the way.
Oh, this is about you right now, but I do thank you. The thing is, I love it when somebody gets up on that stage and puts on a show as opposed to just singing. They're great songs. You know, I love people's attention nowadays are so short. Attention
That's
span
my
is so short.
character on stage.
Exactly. You got to really keep them engaged, keep them pulled in, keep them right there. And you know how to do that. Bravo.
Yeah, I just be that character all the time. I
Yeah.
think like a little bit more interesting, and I don't know because I'm different. I'm quiet and sensitive and I don't know, like just tender, you know. And the character of Beck Black on stage is like in your face, like it's
Yes.
just fucking sorry for the F word or whatever. I'm not sorry, but you know, like
Yeah. Love it.
yeah.
I love it. Definitely. I will attest to that. Um, great studio, great stage performance every time you see Beck Black.
To the wall.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, what else what can else I expect of you? Are we doing any filming? Are we
Filming?
doing any acting?
Yeah, well, I did it. I got casted to play keyboards on a TV show, but that was like me just playing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've gone up for some really cool roles recently. I can't really talk about them, but I was like pushed to the in like the producers, the network.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could talk about it, but probably can't. But you
No,
never know. I might get that phone call. I mean, sometimes you audition for something and it might take like a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you get the call that you were chosen, you know. I do have a production company called Blue Sky Pictures with my partner Royce Richmond,
right?
and we are creating a TV show. So I spent the pandemic writing that, and it's kind of like a film noirish western type of show that would be filmed in Texas. So the production company is out of Austin, Texas, our LLC, and just got the trademark for that and the logo figured out. So Blue Sky Pictures is moving up. If you guys want to follow us on all the social media networks, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube, everybody, it would really help because everybody in industry, they all look at YouTube numbers, subscribers,
That is
watch.
so true.
I mean, it's all about community, you know, and I and my assistant Craig Cermak Cece, we like do the grassroots approach. We're like just hit up everybody, like, hey, can you please subscribe? And it's just grueling and drooling and have a TikTok, you know, like be a TikTok star. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't want to like expose everybody to the fake part of me that's just gonna sit there and play like a little monkey and play a little song and dance. I can do the new dance. I can, you know, help you cook something with like ketchup. I don't even know. I mean, everybody's, it's just so weird what everybody's subscribing to. But please subscribe to
Exactly.
my YouTube because it's cooler. Maybe see for yourself.
Yeah, you know what? It's the platforms out there are just incredible, and the things you have to do is kind of jumping through hoops that, you know, but it's what has to be done. I know somebody who's a big wig at a record company, a very big record company, and I said, oh, how do you do A&R? And she said, well, we sit behind a computer and count likes on YouTube. And
Really,
that's
really
that's what A&R people do
great,
right now. And
great.
it's like, wow, wow.
Yeah. And meanwhile, with magazines, not many are even in print. So nobody's really reading stuff. It's only online. It's only what you're presented on social media, you know. It's just kind of sad that we've gotten to this point. I'm really going to say it. Like, we as artists, and you know this, we have to write the songs. We have to figure out what the video is. We have to come up with a concept, money, people, someone to shoot it, have everybody's schedule, record it, mix it, which is a whole different process, and then on top of it do all the social media and just pound every day. When can you get around to writing another song, right?
Exactly. I hear you on that one. It is definitely a labor of love, though.
It really is. But to be honest, can I tell you something? I haven't even written a new song in maybe like almost 2 years. And it's so, so sad. I've been writing scripts. I work on scripts all the time because that's what I went to film school, for was script writing. And that's great. I'm writing a TV show, I'm doing some cool stuff like that. But for me to wrap my head and have like I do so much like admin and like I'm like a I have to figure out the law, music law, which is so important, how to protect my work and copyright it all and then administer it and get all the residuals done correctly, between sound exchange, BMI, like whoever your PRO is,
Right.
and just have like do accounting. It's just like I can't write a song right now. I have writer's block, but I have a music room. I built a brand new music room and did the flooring and painted it and everything. And it's so vibey. And I'm just ready to write a new song. But there's so many things that life just keeps throwing at me. And I'm like, I'll finish these scripts. I'll get this done. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here you go. Here, ooh, there's another sucker punch from something. But like, and then I don't have like the peace of mind just to write a song. But I know I will soon. I can feel it. I was right by my keyboards yesterday. I'm like, I am there. I'm so close. And it's going to come. And that's how music writing is. It just comes from something divine and it comes to you, but you have to be quiet.
That is very true because like I write a lot, but nothing's finished. I have this, that. Oh, I got this chord progression. I got this melody. I got these words and all that. But, and like you said, it all comes together. This whole past 3 weeks, it's all come together.
Really?
Actually finished some things, but not to talk about me. It's just the process of songwriting. I'm glad you brought up the process of songwriting. It's definitely an intense thing that takes up a lot of time, a lot of energy, a
And
lot
you
of
have to be the
energy.
right frame of mind.
Yeah, it's definitely, and so I don't worry about those do you worry about the blank spots when you're not perfect?
No, no. I mean, I've been working on a song. I haven't gone back to it, but it's called Burn a Wire. And I know that Leonard Cohen wrote a song called Burn a Wire, and so did Johnny Cash. It has nothing to do with their melodies or anything. But this was right before the pandemic, and the world's on fire. I'm a bird on a wire. Can't see to find my way back home, but the flames keep brighter. I'm a bird on a wire. And I haven't finished it, but there's so many words. I have too many. So there is no blank spaces, but there's just like, which ones do you pick to go in there to have the biggest impact? And I just believe in, if you have just try not to do too much repetitive. And for song structure, there's no such real structure besides like the pop, 1950s, 60s song structure, like A, B, chorus, verse, verse, chorus, bridge, double chorus. You know what I mean? I mean, there's different formulas here, but I just try not to even think like that and just let the story unfold because it's about the characters
Yeah,
story, you
nice.
know.
Thank you for that. I love that you I love discussing the songwriting aspect of your life and how that comes. I'm sure it'll help a lot of people out there as well. Um, you're so talented, and I love that. Let me tell you something. I got about 6 minutes left, and I want to.
Hey, make it
Yeah.
good.
Can I hear anything from you? Do you want to tell our audience something? Do you want to tell Punk Globe something? Um, what's coming
Punk,
out with you? What
Punk,
go on?
Punk Magazine, thank you for doing what you're doing. Big shout out to Ginger Coyote. Thank you for being such a legend and for supporting women and supporting rock and roll and supporting us all. I mean, I really, really appreciate you, Ginger. Thank you. Thank you for having this outlet. Thank you so much for helping um, bring me together today, Gabriel. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's my
You know,
pleasure. I'm honored to get to hit your and pick your brain on different topics, and I'm truly honored by that. And but I'm just saying, what do we want to know? What do we want to know? What do you want everyone to know about Beck Black? Well, you actually said a lot that you are a pretty tender-hearted person with the rocks off on stage. I love that. What else can what else can our audience know about you?
I write a lot of songs from heartache, like American Mister, that came from devastation. Like the Hollywood scene is tough. And believe me, I've been through it. Like you said, like I'm well connected and I'm super happy about that. But man, let me tell you, it has been a rough fucking ride.
Can I interrupt you on that note? Is it a rough ride as a musician, as a songwriter, or is it a rough ride as a woman?
Oh, as a woman, most definitely,
Yeah.
before the Me Too movement, I mean, the shit I had to go through and didn't know I could say one word, which was no. Didn't know how to say that.
No is a hard one. No,
Yeah.
no is a very hard one. Um, and asking is another one. Asking what you want is another one. That was for me. Asking was a big one. I'm glad you spoke out about that. I love that you brought up that Ginger Coyote supports women. I love the whole women's movement right now. It should have happened when I was a kid. I noticed it when I was a kid. I go, wow, what's
That's right.
happening?
For all of us women out there and all of those that identify as a woman, it is not the easiest thing. But remember, you can say no and make sure that you just be yourself and don't let anybody else tell you different. Stay
Nice.
true to
Want to hear your singing voice. Can you give me a little singing voice? I'd love to hear your voice. A couple of things you did.
soul sister to an American mister, and then he kissed her.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Beck, thank you so much. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with us today. I'm sure Ginger will love seeing this too. My name is Gabriel from Johns from Punk Globe Magazine, a Ginger Coyote publication, and I want to thank Beck Black for being here today. Yay! Thank you so much, and I'm going to sign out.
All right. Peace, love, and happiness.
We'll
Be
talk.
kind to you. Be kind
Pardon?
to others.
Yes, be kind to others. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.